What's up guys, welcome back to So Many Parks So Little Time, or as I like to call it, Sistema Posibilitar. So we have finally made it to the last park of the trip. We are at Parque de Atracciones de Madrid. Now whereas Parque Warner is kind of way out of the way, Parque de Atracciones is pretty much right in the city. It's just a short walk away from the subway line, a lot more accessible than the Warner Brothers park. Now despite the different names, both Parque de Atracciones as well as Parque Warner Madrid are both owned by the same company, Parque Reunidos. So while they are kind of competitors, they also kind of work together in tandem to bring thrill attractions to the Madrid area. And speaking of thrill attractions, this park has a couple really interesting ones. We're talking about the only Mauer SkyLoop with the extended layout. This thing just looks wild and insane, and I can't wait to actually get on it. As well as a very rare Intamin inverted roller coaster. Now, I've been on the Impulse coasters in the US as well as Volcano the Blast coaster, but this will be my first time on one of their no-frills inverted roller coasters with a fun and loopy layout. I'm very much looking forward to this day. This has been just an amazing trip so far, so let's conclude it at a really fun park. Let's go check out Parque de Atracciones de Madrid.
Mira, si luego hay mucha gente, repetimos.
Venga, va, Sara.
Dude, Abismo was wicked. Now, I took the lessons that I learned from X Coaster at Magic Springs and applied them here, so I was able to position the lap bar so that it was comfortably on my lap rather than resting on my stomach, and it definitely helped. The extended layout was a ton of fun. Now, with the extended layout, you don't get the 2 swings that you get with the traditional X Coaster, but you do get a very different layout, and this one has a whole lot of fun elements to it. You get some powerful ejector airtime over one of the airtime hills, then an awesome little overbank as you return to the station, and then followed by a speed hill before finishing off the ride. Overall, just a really fun coaster, and I kind of wish that there were more of these extended models. So this is a bit of a bummer. Was looking forward to riding Tarántula, which is a very large custom Mauer spinning coaster. Unfortunately, the coaster is closed due to scheduled maintenance. A little confusing because this is the day after a major holiday in Spain, so you'd think that they'd have all their big coasters open, but this one's down. Oh well. Vértigo was kind of fun because it was the opposite half of Speedy Bob at Babayanland. When it first opened at the Belgian theme park, there were 2 wild mice, both mirror images of each other built side by side. Both were called Speedy Bob. But then I believe it was in the mid-2000s, one of the sides of Speedy Bob was moved here to Parque de Atracciones Madrid. So it's really cool that I got to ride both halves of the same roller coaster finally. That being said, Parque Reunidos is really showing off their efficiency chops here. Rather, lack of efficiency. We got to the ride relatively early. We only had 2 switchbacks, but that wait still took half an hour. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing efficiency-wise or how they're trying to load the ride, but it is not working. Definitely doesn't help that there was a very long line for Speedy Pass as well. But luckily, that's the longest line in the park. We got that out of the way, so let's go check out some more attractions.
En Parque de Atracciones de Madrid. Incluye la entrada.
Sí, lo sé. Y la merienda. Además, podemos estar allí todo el día.
Tren de la Mina was a very fun ride. It's a Gerstlauer family coaster, sort of in the same family of coasters as things like Pegasus Express as well as Fire Chaser Express. This one though does not have a launch, it just has the one lift hill. And just like those other two coasters I mentioned, this is a very, very fun family coaster. It's very zippy, it's got some very nice forces to it. Just the perfect coaster that sort of bridges the gap between the two kiddie coasters and then the more extreme rides like Tornado, without divulging into the Wild Mouse and the spinning coaster as well. Really, really fun, really smooth, and yeah, some of the maneuvers it does are kind of daring for a family coaster, which I really appreciate. So yeah, very fun roller coaster, definitely glad I rode it. I don't know if I'm revolted or enthused by the prospect of there being a Domino's pizza in this park.
¡Vamos a comer!
And just like that, I am at Kings Island. So this station kind of looks like it was cobbled together in less than 24 hours. So that's the old things. So, Tornado is a very rare, intimate, inverted roller coaster. Not like their impulse coasters, not like Volcano the Blast coaster. This one actually has a chain lift and has a full layout. And let me just say, this thing is awesome. No, it doesn't quite replace B&M inverted roller coasters, but it is very fun in its own right, and it feels way different than both the B&M inverted coasters and, of course, the Vekoma SLCs as well. The two vertical loops are extremely powerful, especially the second loop, where you get a lot of G-forces in the valleys. And then the overbank turns have just the right amount of kick to them, and then the final corkscrew, nice and whippy too. And then the ride is very, very smooth. Despite being built in the late 90s, this thing still holds up very, very well. The restraints are a little bit boxy. I do wish that they were a bit more minimalistic, but they're no problem whatsoever. And then also on this ride, at the very top of the lift hill, you get this stunning view of Madrid in the distance. Overall, just the views from all the rides that we've been on so far, they've been fantastic. Way better than anything at Parque Warner Madrid. This coaster is also known for its very wacky supports, especially on the loops. Intamin really went overboard with the engineering on these loops. It's such a mess of steel, but it's kind of funny to look at. One thing this park has over Parque Warner Madrid is trees. Lots and lots more trees. This park is so much greener than Parque Warner Madrid. And while it may not have the best looking paint, sort of like Parque Warner Madrid, just the natural foliage and the green and the grass and the trees, it sort of masks it. Between the two parks, even though the other one has more theming, this one just kind of looks better.
Pero como eres el original, que alguna conocería eso, si lo ves, lo haces y tal,
All right, let's storm Area 51, 2023. A problem, officer? So whereas Parque Warner Madrid has Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Parque de Atracciones has Nickelodeon characters. Pretty cool how even though they're owned by the same company, they have access to both properties. So one thing about this visit is that it takes place on Friday the 13th, that being October Friday the 13th. And even though this is a very spooky day, it's especially noteworthy because this is the day after the National Day of Spain here in Madrid. Now on National Day of Spain, that's sort of like the 4th of July in America, but this is basically the capital party city for celebrating Hispanic culture and heritage. And yesterday we checked out all the festivities and we had an amazing time. It was a great day. We are so glad that we came during this holiday and could spend our time with the Spaniards celebrating their big day here. That being said, yesterday was Thursday, tomorrow's a weekend, so a lot of people took this Friday off and the park is very busy today. As such, we are cutting some of the rides out from today. We're not doing the kiddie coasters, which is a shame because I like to say that I rode all the operating roller coasters at a park, but I'm a grown adult, I can do without them. Even still, we are having an amazing time here today. There are some aspects of this park that I actually really like more than Parque Warner Madrid. Madrid really is lucky to have these two really good parks here, and I wish them all the best and even more prosperity now that, you know, Batman Gotham City Escape has opened from last week's video. Even with the crowds and long lines, we are having a fantastic time, and this is making for a really fun last day of the trip.
te pegan un zapato y luego caen en tu cabeza. Ahora vais para allá, para allá.
So, that was Parque de Atracciones de Madrid in Madrid, Spain. We had a really fun day here, even though there were crowds, and they were actually kind of wily crowds, but we still had a really fun time here. The park is just kind of calming to be in. It just feels like a no-frills traditional amusement park with a little bit of theming tossed in for the kids to enjoy. It sort of reminds me when I grew up with Riverside and an early Six Flags New England. Just a perfect combination of theming and comfort, and I like it. It's also not too expensive, and it's way easier to get to from the center of city than Parque Warner Madrid. The roller coasters are awesome. Abismo and Tornado are a great top two roller coaster with a great supporting lineup from TNT as well as Vértigo. Now, if Parque Reunidos can work on their efficiency just like all of their other parks, then that would bolster this park even more. So as a final park of the trip, I'm very satisfied, and I hope you had a wonderful time here in France and Spain as well following along on this journey. This was definitely a trip of a lifetime, and I'm so glad that it happened. So that's going to conclude it for this video, for this trip, or Parque de Atracciones de Madrid. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I'll see you in the next adventure. Take care.